All right, good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back, everyone. Good to be back on with you guys. Happy Wednesday, guys. Apologies wasn't on yesterday. I was making the trip down here to Spain, but now we are set up for the next couple of months, so good to be back on. Good to see you back. Thank you, man. Good to be back as well. Good to see you guys. Goldie's been on a crazy run. Just moving my screens around here, guys. 2 seconds. Forgive you. Thank you, man. Welcome back. Thank you, man. Audio and video good. Awesome. Thank you, man. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you guys doing well. Any of you guys here on YouTube are new, welcome. My name is Aaron, also known as Aaron Trades. I've been trading gold for the past 7 years, mainly focusing on the London session. And now we're bringing the live streams here to you guys on the Topstep YouTube channel as well. Yeah, definitely, Sean. Definitely, yeah. Lovely weather here in Spain. I got in pretty late last night. It was a whole day of travel, so ready to get back into it. Let me just have a quick look at the news before we do anything, guys. As I'm sure everyone knows, you know, gold has been on a crazy run, non-stop, just since that fake out that we saw previous week. Huge new highs on gold, absolutely huge. Now we need to kind of readjust all of our levels here because these have been well and truly hit. So no point even having the text on these ones. Let's get rid of that. So we've got the 600s there, and then we're going to have the 650s, which is huge. And we're going to see gold at what, 4,000 next? Gold's been on a crazy run here. Absolutely huge run. Good morning, Coach Hoop. Will gold be the show again? Yeah, I know. I think so. It's been on a absolutely phenomenal run. Literally since last week, just tagged these all-time highs. It's going to be interesting to see how we react to these all-time highs. We're going to continue to break high. We're going to have a little bit of a pullback. I know some of you guys were asking, how do you trade gold at all-time highs, or how do you trade any market at all-time highs, that matters? So we will break down that as well. Now, I'm just going to have a quick look at the calendar. What do we have today? Remember, guys, it is 3rd of September, so it will be NFP week. Let's have a look. Today we do have JOLTS job openings, 3 p.m. London time. And then we have ADP non-farm employment changes at 1:15. And then we got PMI at 1:30 London time. And then on, that's Thursday. And then on Friday, we have NFP. So the only thing we have today is JOLTS job openings at 3 o'clock London time. And then obviously NFP on Friday as well. So we'll have a look at all markets this morning here, guys. See what we get for the day. I'm not actually too sure, Logan. I'm not actually too sure, man. But if it works, yeah, definitely use it. I believe it worked on the weekend. Yeah, give it a try, man. It should be working. So yeah, we've got a lot coming up this week. Obviously, gold has been on a crazy run here. Yesterday was an extraordinary day for trading. Gold exploded. Lovely volatility on the equity market. Yeah, gold was just huge. I mean, we spoke about longs last week, but I mean, not this high. But look at this higher time frame. You know, this is why you guys who were watching me last week, this is why I said I was buying this week. Why did I say I was? Obviously, you know, I didn't know we were going to come this high. We never know what's going to happen. But when I see price come down, tag previous week lows, close back above my weekly support of 3,400, then coming into this week, I'm just purely looking for longs. Nah, bro, you called this. I mean, yeah, I didn't know we would come as high as we have come. But looking at this weekly time frame, this is the reason I was buying last week. I didn't take any sell positions last week either. It was pure buying positions. Pretty much, I think we took about 4 trades or something last week. All just longs. Is gold ever going to stop ripping? I mean, it can, but it's not our job to try and worry about that. Just keep following it. You know, if you'd said that last week, you know, you would have missed out on these huge pushes, you know, up another 1,000 plus ticks. So I think our job when gold is this high is just to stay very, very reactive. You know, don't think about sells. Don't try and call tops. I'll show you guys how to trade all-time highs because it hasn't been the first time and it certainly won't be the last time. Yeah, huge. Let me just skip this on. But yeah, it's been on an absolute huge run. And the way to trade all-time highs is, you know, you have to let, you know, all-time highs is basically price discovery here on gold. So let price discover highs, pull back, and then you get your trade. And there was a very nice idea of this yesterday. It's in New York session. You know, when price is actually hitting your all-time highs here, you know, your job isn't to try and trade up here. But what your job is to do is, okay, cool, we're hitting some all-time highs. I'm going to let price pull back. Great, then I'm going to get my trade. And I can base this trade here off longs into this all-time high target. So it's kind of why it's nice to see gold having a bit of a pullback here today. You know, we've peaked at some all-time highs. We've pulled back. Great. Now we have price action to the left to trade. But when it's actually hitting all-time highs and you have nothing to the left, you want to be careful trying to continue to buy, and you also want to be careful trying to sell. You don't want to be selling all-time highs, but you also don't want to be buying all-time highs. So when it is hitting all-time highs, I go, that's fine. Let me wait. Price will pull back, and then I'll get my trade back up into these highs here. And we were trading all-time highs, you know, we've traded all-time highs a lot of times this year. A lot of times this year we've been trading some all-time highs. So was that the all-time highs there? So like I say, it's not the first time, and it's certainly not the last time. But the way to trade all-time highs properly is to certainly don't get caught up trying to call tops. I see a lot of people when prices hitting all-time highs, people try and short. Then you look back and you go, why on earth was I trying to short? If I'd simply continued to follow the trend, you would have had a much easier trade. So now that Asia has come up here, hit some new all-time highs, pulled back, amazing. Now we could potentially have some trades back up into these all-time highs. You've also just tagged the lows down here as well. So if we can start breaking out here at the London Open, yeah, we'll see if we can continue buying gold today. And maybe we'll have a look at some other markets as well, guys. See what we get for the day. Let me just grab a tissue, guys. I've got a hay fever again here. It'll be 2 seconds. Taking a long when price is up. Once you pull back, definitely. You follow the trend. The trend is your friend. You don't short when price is up. When it's up this high, you don't buy it. You let it pull back and then you take it. So whenever I jump on, you know, gold's peaked at all-time highs, I'll just look at some other markets instead. Because I don't want to try and call tops up here. I'll walk away for a couple of hours, let price pull back, and then you'll get your trade. So I think for London yesterday, we would have jumped on around here. You had a little bit of a pullback, then you kind of broke out, pulled back, and then continued the big push. Silver, definitely, yep. We can look at plenty of other markets here today as well, guys. So anything you are looking at, feel free to send it over. Doesn't have to just be gold. With gold hitting some all-time highs, we can absolutely have a look at some other markets. Currency hasn't quite tagged them lows down there, so these lows here haven't been hit on the currency chart, so something to watch. But obviously, yeah, simple. There's not much to really say on the higher time frame here on gold, guys. Obviously, we're very bullish, and we want to continue following that. I'm certainly not gonna fight it. Show us how to get your Topstep X displaying our trading view chart setup. What do you mean, man? Topstep X displaying our trading view chat setup. I'm not too sure what you mean, man. You mean the same colors? Oh, you can just double click on the candles and then you can change it to the blue and white, and then I just have a gradient on the background. On the weekly on BTC, is it the same as gold last week? Went down, took the lows, and back positive. Maybe let's have a look. Let's have a look. We've got time here. We're going to wait for the London Open on gold, guys. I want to see if we can break back out here. See if this hourly can confirm this fake out, and then see if we can get long. I think closures back above 3,600 here on gold should be good. So we'll wait for that London Open on gold. And yeah, let's have a look at some other markets here. How's my Spanish? Not good. No idea. Not good. I've been trying to learn, but it is my Spanish is not there yet, that's for sure. Let's get rid of this. I mean, yeah, Bitcoin's back down at 110,000, which is a huge level. How did you close last month? You did close very bearish last month. Huge bearish closure back below. So, could you have a little bit of a pullback before maybe squeezing lower? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see Bitcoin come back down to these lows of about 108. Kind of come down here, but as long as it hasn't been grabbed on the, the BTC USD chart, I think you'll probably squeeze this support one more time before going higher. That was a pretty decent closure yesterday, though. Closing back above 110, maybe a little bit of a pullback before then going short. But in terms of overall, could it be something similar to gold where you start to see new all-time highs? I mean, personally, if everyone's flooding their money to gold, I don't see why it would be just yet. There's a pretty strong bearish closure last week. Very strong bearish closure last month. You came up, you tagged the highs, held 125k, never closed above and had a big sell-off. So I wouldn't be surprised to see, a little bit of a pullback here first before you maybe see some all-time highs again. Personally, but we'll see. Let's have a look at Goldie here. Goldie trying to get back above here in the hourly. This hourly could be nice here. On the currency chart, we've got longs up into that 1 a.m. candle. Can we check silver? Yep, definitely. I think we had a good look at silver last week. I think silver had some amazing longs last week. Yeah, silver same as gold, having a beautiful breakout here. Huge breakout. When we spoke about silver longs last week, silver was the much cleaner play last week as well. It was a much cleaner play than gold intraday. We spoke about the silver longs from back down here on the 27th. So what was that? Last Wednesday. Last Wednesday we spoke about silver longs. Came down, tagged the lows, came right up for the highs. But again, very similar to gold. If you're hitting some new highs, there's not really any price action to the left. Let it range like it is and then see if you can continue buying. Again, when it's looking this bullish, to me, sells are off the cards. Regardless of if you think price can pull back, remember, we're not here to trade off what we think. We're here to trade off what we see and what's right in front of us. So the simplest of trade here would be to continue following this. So silver looks a little bit more range bound than gold. But I mean, if you can start closing back above, you close below, if you close right back above in this 4-hour time frame, which we drop down to the hourly, yeah, I think you'll probably still squeeze higher. But you got trend line coming down here. I think a lot of people trying to get in some early shorts here. So if you close, let's say silver back above 41,630 ish, I would say that next candle to see if you can come down for a bit of a pullback, and then see if you can continue buying. Same as gold. I still think it looks good for longs. Yeah, my Spanish isn't the best. I am trying to learn though. But it's good to be back. Nice to be just that extra hour ahead of London. Yeah, no bottom wick on the Audi on gold, but I don't think it's going to flip bearish in the next 11 minutes. So I wouldn't be selling into that bottom wick anyway. So yeah, there's where you have to let it close. Yeah, but good spot, man. Yeah, something like that, Sean. Something like that, I think it is. So yeah, silver looks good for longs. Gold looks good for longs. We got London Open in 11 minutes here. Hourly's looking like we're going to get a pretty decent fake out. So bottom wick at the London Open. And I'm just going to continue to buy gold. Continue to buy gold. Like I say, if gold does pull back, amazing. I won't short it, but when it does pull back, I'll continue buying. And this is where a lot of people go wrong at all-time highs as well. At all-time highs, a lot of people say to themselves, oh, surely we're not going to keep pushing higher. Surely we're going to have a bit of a pullback, you know, from this massive move from last week. So when people like yesterday see this pullback here, they think, oh, great, this is going to be, you know, here, it's going to be a pullback and we're going to get a big, massive short. And then it ends up continuing to break higher. And then you go back to your higher time frame bias and you go, why on earth was I trying to sell? We were so bullish. So sometimes you can miss out on very simple continuation trades because you're so focused on what you think is going to happen. So if I see gold pulling back like this, like yesterday, a lot of people see this and go, oh, this is going to be a really, really big short. Time for gold to have a massive pullback, even though gold's so bullish on every other higher time frame. And then when it does, you know, find some support and start to break higher because they're so glued to the fact they think price can pull back, most people miss out on this easy continuation trade. So same thing here, you know, if gold, let's say if gold today does pull back, let's say gold does have a bit of a sell-off today, pulls back like this. Most people go, oh, great, big short. I see this as a pullback and go, great, if we start to get back above, I'm going to get an amazing continuation along. Gold is not the market that you want to try and fight. You want to be following your higher time frame bias. So 9 minutes, we could have some longs here. Let me see. Does it make sense for to look for longs if currency tags lows towards New York? Don't really like the price action. A lot of fake outs right now. I mean, fake outs are good here because we're not looking for fake out sells. So, you know, when you see this candle here close below, when it closes back below 3,600, well, we're not looking for shorts, so we wouldn't have shorted this. But now that we come down, we grab these lows, we close back above. Our bias is to continue following gold, so fake out longs make the most sense. But I agree, there is a lot of fake outs here. It is in a little bit of a range, but you know, we've hit some highs, we've pulled back. If this all of a sudden starts, you know, breaking back high, you're gonna look back and go, oh, that was just a pullback, and I should have got in my longs. So it's not, yeah, I agree, it's not the cleanest right now. It is in a little bit of a range, but if the London Open gives us a little bit of a pullback here, I'm gonna get long. I do like these longs. Euro USD has been collecting volume. Nice. We can have a look at the euro as well. Absolutely. I always find myself taking profits early. What should I do? Well, you should have a plan. You don't just take profits because you like the look of the monetary gain. There's also no guesswork in trading. You take your profits because prices come into a level where you said you would exit the trade. If you keep randomly taking profits and randomly entering trades, then you probably don't really have a plan yet. So you need to build a trading plan that tells you when to get in and tells you when to get out. There shouldn't be any guesswork. There's no, oh shit, I might take profits here, or I might get in my trade here. No. It's a much more simplified approach than that. Does your plan tell you should take profit here? You know, if you got out where you said you would before you took the trade, then that's great. But if you keep closing the trade early, then yeah, you need to, you know, go over your trades and build yourself a good trading plan. Most people end up closing trades early because they like the look of the profits. But if you always close because of a monetary amount, then it'll be very hard for you to get your winners to outweigh your losses. I'm in Madrid, Sean. In Madrid for the week, man, till Kate and Sammy comes, and then heading down to the beach side. Yeah, nice 30-minute highs on the spot. Yeah, we got some nice 30-minute highs, some nice hourly highs as well. Don't fight gold, absolutely, man. NQ, yep, we can have a look at NQ. Currency chart has no bottom wick on the hour. Doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter because it's probably going to close bullish. You'd only worry about a bottom wick if you were, you know, maybe back down here. But if it's about to close in 6 minutes, if it's closed bullish with no bottom wick, no, that doesn't matter too much. It'd be more so if it closed bullish with no top wick. But bullish with no bottom wick doesn't really matter too much. It matters if you're, you know, trying to get short and there's no bottom wick, or if I'm trying to get long and there's no bottom wick, well, I'm just going to wait for the candle to close anyway. Yeah, NQ, let's have a look. We've got time here on gold. We've got 6 minutes. Let's have a look. I know NQ did have a nice pullback yesterday. I'm looking to buy some more stocks, etc. soon. He did a very nice rejection here. Again, let's have a quick look at the monthly time frame. How did you close last month? Let me get rid of this. So last month, you failed to close back above 23.5. You hit 24,000 and went all the way back down. So to me, it still looks like a higher time frame NQ could have a little bit of a pullback here. You know, maybe just come down and retest these highs that we broke out from December. Weekly time frame, you did just tag some weak lows there, which is very interesting. Already rejecting, look at that. Came down and spiked right into them lows perfectly and rejected. Gold getting a nice hourly wick rejection here, which is good. So could you come down and fill in this wick, or are you going to find some support and pull back? I mean, even if you're going to fill in this wick here, you may come up for a bit of a liquidity wick first before pushing lower. So yesterday's highs could be a level of interest. Let's have a look. Put on yesterday's high. Let's get rid of this. 4 hour trying to shape up for a bit of a morning star play here. Maybe even intraday Asia highs. Let's see. Yeah, this looks good for longs here actually. You found some support here. You came down. You liquidated the lows. And you're about to close bullish here in 4 minutes. I think a lot of people with this rejection, as long as it hasn't been grabbed on the S&P, I think a lot of people will probably be looking for something like this. But because you've tagged the lows here, if you close bullish in 4 minutes, you may get a little bit of a bottom wick and some longs here. This actually probably looks a little bit nicer than gold. I'm not going to start trading NQ just because gold doesn't look the nicest, but yeah, if this closes above here, to me this looks quite nice. Yeah, you want to see this close too bearish. You may get a little bit of a doji 30-minute London open, and then you may get the turnaround more towards halfway through the hourly. If this oh, what have I done here, guys? Just broken it. What have I done? We've broken the screen. There we go. If this 30-minute does close back below, then remember the hourly won't be closing above, so then you'd want to be careful. So you'd want to see this 30-minute here hold, I would say, at least above this level. That's what I was trying to do. Hold at least above here, then you can see if you get longs here at the London Open. How do you know to spot a invalid fake out? If the hourly closes now on gold, says fake out, but then so did the previous hour before. Well, the previous hour before you weren't looking for shorts, so that closure back below doesn't really matter too much. You're not looking to let me move this around here. You're not looking to short gold, so if I see this hourly here at 6 AM London time close below, I go, cool, that's fine. I'm not shorting gold. Our bias is bullish. Therefore, you're just looking for fake out buy opportunities. You don't take, you don't just take fake out opportunities every single time they come up. You take fake out opportunities in confluence with what you're looking at the higher time frame. So if I'm looking for higher time frame longs, and I see this close below, well, I go, that's fine. I'm not looking for shorts, so I wouldn't try and short that fake out. I'm looking for longs. So if I'm looking for longs, then I want to see bullish fake outs. A bullish fake out would be a bearish closure below, and then a bullish closure right back above, and then I can take my trade. What contract is correct? Right now on gold, we are on GCZ25. We've got London Open in 1 minute here, guys. Do you stream pre-London? I may do it soon. back on my channel. I just gold to me hasn't really been doing anything pre-run, so I don't really want to watch it sit doing nothing. But yeah, I might start doing them again once I'm kind of set up here properly. If there's anything worthwhile and the volume starts to kick in again pre-London, I'll consider it. But the one thing I don't want to do is, you know, watch pre-London for the sake of watching it on my channel and then stream here. I'd rather just save the mental capital for the London Open here instead. Did some back testing and realized that where you take the fake out trades are key. I'm quite picky back testing. Got to transfer data to live markets. Yeah, absolutely, man. It's the most important part. Yep. That's the thing. You don't just take liquidity grabs and fake outs, you know, every single time you see a fake out. Because if you tried to short this fake out here, you'd be getting stopped out right now. But the reason you wouldn't short this fake out here is because gold's bullish. You're not looking for fake out sells. You're looking for fake out longs. And you want to see these fake out opportunities, yeah, at good levels of support. You want to see price break the support, close below, people jump in shorts, and then price closes right back above. So you might take like an hourly fake out buy at a 4-hour level of support, for example, or a 4-hour low in confidence with higher time frames. Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. So we got London Open here, guys. Let's see if we can get a bit of a bottom wick here on gold, see if we can get some longs. I like some longs to come up and tag some of these highs here. How big are these ranges? Very big. Very, very, very big. So I will not be trading full size here. I'll probably trade the micros. If we can come down, maybe grab some 15-minute lows, bit of a bottom wick here on the currency. I'll see if we can get some longs. I want to see a little bit of bottom wick here. But these ranges are pretty decent here, guys. So manage your risk. You know, below these lows, there's a 90 tick stop, which is huge. Obviously, the reward can be nice, but it looks like the risk could be very big as well. So if we spike out these 50-minute lows, we'll see if we can long here. These highs look pretty decent on the currency as well. Highs are very nice here on the currency. So from where you're at right now on the currency, you have about 36 ticks, which is pretty nice. 36 ticks in the highs is good. Where I'm looking on the currency is yeah, back at them 530 highs. And you got like 1, 2, 3 hourly equal highs up there as well. You just had a nice hourly fake out. You are in a little bit of a range, you know, bullish, bearish, bullish, but you did still just close bullish here pre-London. So given how bullish gold is, the currency did also tag previous 4-hour lows. So you're below previous 4-hour lows. You haven't really grabbed any of the highs. To me, there's no reason to sell this. So let's see if we can get these longs here on gold. If we push from here, that's fine. I won't chase it. There's no risk to reward from here. But if we can come down and wick some lows, amazing. Be the first trade of the week as well. I think we had an all green week the past like week or two. We had a break even on Friday? Thursday or Friday we had a break even? Can't remember where it was. It's probably pushed that much now. Yeah, here we had these when was that? 29th. Is that Friday? Yeah, Friday we had these longs. Took us a break even, and then came up nicely. So we'll see if we get some plays here today. Let's see. Let's see. But yeah, it is in a little bit of range, you guys, and the ranges are quite big, so half risk to me makes the most sense here. How high could gold go today? I would be a very rich man if I knew that. I would be a very, very rich man. Who knows? At all-time highs, you don't know how high price is going to go, but it's also not our job to try and worry about how high price might go. All I can base my trades off is what I have to the left. And what I have to the left right now is 36.17. That's all I really have up here. 160 tick range. But could we tag that and keep breaking higher? Absolutely. That's why I want to keep long in gold and, you know, if not holding some runners. Let's see these 15 lows. Remember, you guys on YouTube, drop a like for the Topstep channel as well. We're back to business now. Back to the London streams every day. We'll have a look, see how NQ closed in a second here as well. Let's have a quick look. I'm going to watch gold on the currency chart. Oh, look at that. NQ holding support, going to come for them highs there. Yeah, New York had a crazy run, man. Crazy run. Huge run. Yeah, big some huge plays on gold. Obviously, it was a bank holiday Monday, so I didn't trade Monday. First trading day of the month yesterday, and just a huge push. Very big push. Big push, you know, the first trading day of the month. Gold's right back at some all-time highs in the first day, which is huge. Crazy. I believe there was some Trump news coming out. Currency's coming down for the lows here. Let me move this here. Was there some Trump news today? That was yesterday. Coming down for them 15 lows now. Oh, okay. Well, that's not that exciting, Paul. Nice, thank you, man. I'm short gold 3601.6. Let me see. 3616. You're short here. Your stops at 4.1. Remember, it doesn't really matter too much what I think, but if that's your trade, fantastic. TP is at 96.7. A little scalp down, yeah, I could see that. I mean, that's good. You're not looking for like a full-blown, you know, huge reversal. If you're just trying to scalp this range, yeah, I could see that. That's good. Like I said, most people who try and, you know, if they are short from gold here, you know, they're trying to predict a huge pullback. But if you're short for just a little scalp before, you know, your long buys, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. The most important thing is you had your plan, you had your trade, and you took it. That's the most important part. Plan your trade and trade your plan. You may have a buy stop on gold. I'm not going to try and call this low here, but if we flip bullish, I am considering long. Nice, amazing. Cedric, like that. Less I try to rush the money, the more I'm printing money. Good risk management. I respect your plan of keys. Yes, absolutely, man, absolutely. So we're starting to reject these previous 15-minute lows here. If we flip bullish, I may see if we can get some potential longs here. Actually, the currency is already flipping bullish. I want to see if I can get long here. I'm going to set a hard TP. That currency is now flipping bullish. I'm going to see if this currency can flip up. Yeah, risk about 30 ticks here. About 35-ish. Seeing if we can flip back bullish and come up and tag these highs. Yeah, true. Always news of the Trump. Yeah, very true. Yeah, I gotta have Twitter ready just for potential Trump tweets. So currency's starting to flip bullish here now. Trying to see if this futures can flip higher as well. Yeah, there's never a dull moment when Trump's around. I remember, back in 2021, I guess, or 2020. It was my first time ever trading when Trump was in present, and yeah, it was wild. I kind of knew what to expect a little bit more coming into this time. Just seeing how we push, to be honest, man. Not really having setting targets, just seeing how we run. See how we hit these highs, or see if we run higher. Because this 15 minute has come down and grabbed lows, this is actually a decent stop. The reason I'm not setting it there just yet is just in case we wick down a little bit. But if this 15 closes like this, that will actually be my stop there. You're risking like maybe 25 to like 30 ticks-ish. If the 15 doesn't flip bullish, then you can probably cut pretty quick. But targets on the currency chart, the break-even point would be the 530 highs. But I want to see this 15 flip nice and bullish. Let me zoom out here a little bit. Very zoomed in. I'm running this for 5 micros. What strat do I trade? I trade a lot of liquidity concepts and fake outs. Fake outs and liquidity on gold. That's what most of the plan's made up. Trying to understand levels where most people are trying to buy or sell, and trying to see if we can trade into it. So if you think most people are trying to buy from here, stops below, you're trying to short that into some lows. I think a lot of people are trying to short here, stops above, and trying to buy up into them highs. But with gold being so bullish, the strategy for gold is just try and continue following it. But for this next hour, because this is what we're here to do, trade for the next hour, to me the longs here make the most sense. That's what I'm really trying to follow here. Look at that. So you got that bullish closure above, so I'm trying to see if this hourly can flip bullish and, yeah, on the currency even come back into 354-ish. Oh, what have I done? There we go. NQ did have a nice bounce off the level, but you did also just tag the 15 highs. Let me have a look here on the currency. 3 minutes here, guys. If the currency closes bearish, I may manage a little bit. I'm only minus 8 ticks. I'm only for 5 contracts. Constitutes a fake out is the hourly closing back above a level of support. So fake out to me is when you see this bearish closure below, then you close right back above. That confirms that this move was false. You're trying to see if you can get this drive higher. Gold absolutely loves these fake outs on the higher time frame. 30 minute, hourly, give some amazing fake out plays on gold. Especially when you're trending as well. More so when you're trending, you get beautiful fake outs. A lot of our trades, I think last week, were based off fake outs. That's what gold loves to do. It loves to, break below level support. People try and jump in the shorts here. Close right back above. Now you're trying to see if this hourly can follow through. Look at that 30 minute. 30 minutes good. Got 2 minutes here, guys. First 15 of the London Open here. Good morning, man. What's going on, Chow? Better late than never, I guess. I don't know what time you call this, but... Slacking, I know, slacking, man. Hey, Aaron, you shared your trading journal a few weeks ago, but I couldn't save as I was on the train home from work. Could you please share it again? Yes, I can, man. I can. I'll get it up here. I'll send it in once this trade plays out, man. Absolutely. Journaling is the key. I think Topstep have some amazing journals as well, actually. Only comes on when the signals are given up. So we've got 1 minute here, guys. We're trying to break higher. We're not really driving too much. You can kind of see there. We're just wicking out some highs. So if this doesn't close above, I will manage. We just tried to close above this level 2 times here. If we now start to re-break the lows, I'll potentially will manage here. It was looking like this 15 was actually going to start. So 5 minutes was going to start to get back above and get this 15 breakout. But you just wick the highs and you'll wick them back below. So we got 1 minute here. 1 minute. If the 15 doesn't break back above, I may man. I don't really want to see this start to flip back bearish now. Look at the 5 minute here. Tagged highs, you close below. I really want to see this get back above, so I may manage down here soon. Let's see here. Let me put it. I'm gonna put it below this low here, risking 20 ticks, because I don't really want to see this next 15 come down for a new low. I'm trying to play this 50-minute morning star play. So you can kind of see 15-minute here came down, tagged the lows. So I want to see if this next 15 can respect these 8 AM lows and push higher. That's what I'm looking for here. A nice 15-minute morning star. 15-minute morning star with an hourly fake out. Just need that volume, Goldie. Thought process on Nasdaq. We'll have a look at Nasdaq as well, man. Yep. Once we let this gold 15 close, we'll have a look at NQ. My thought process on NQ is to keep buying into some Asia highs. All right, we just had that 15 close. Currency 15 close. Not the best, not the worst. I'm happy to just kind of hold this trade. You can see here 15-minute. You know, it came down, tagged the lows. So if you re-break these lows here, you're probably going to come much lower. So to me, I don't need stops any lower than that. Yeah, where's that London volume? Where's the London volume, Goldie? Ooh, I think you're going to spike the lows. Yeah, I'm closing there, guys. I'm closing there at minus 76. Minus, what, 14 ticks or something? If we were going to drive off them 15 lows, we would have done it already. The currency's coming right back to the lows. Futures just tagged the lows, so yeah, I'm minus $70 there, guys. Minus $70. Where's my trades? Where's trades? Minus 70. I'm happy to cut that quick. You know, there's the potential to get right back in. Not right back in, sorry, that's the wrong words. There's the potential to get back in. But again, I want to see as if this 15-minute holds back above 3,600, maybe we can give it another chance. But if this was going to be a 15-minute morning star, you wouldn't want to see this 15 tag the previous 15 lows. Because like I say, if you re-tag these lows, you may squeeze it a little bit lower. So I'm happy to cut that minus $70 there. Let's see if we can wick back above or not. Change your money to ticks. Good question, man. So if you're here on the Topstep X platform, if you come to settings, charts and data, here, man, you can change to dollars, ticks, percent, or points. I find gold the best to measure in ticks. Kind of helps you detach from that monetary perspective, man. Anything you can do, you know, hide the balances, know your minimum loss limits for the day. So far, good exit there, guys. Like I said, if you re-break these lows, you're probably going to come much lower. So to me, that was a good place to exit. Now gold's having a pretty decent sell-off. Who got short? Good job to Sema, if I'm pronouncing your name right. You had your short. You followed your plan. Good job. Thought on ES. Let's have a look. So great quick exit there on gold, guys. Let me just see, where do we actually exit that? What was our trade? So we got long here. The reason for exiting so quick is because, like I said, if you're going to re-break them lows, you're probably going to come much lower anyway. So again, it's about staying reactive. It doesn't matter if you're long or short. It's not about being right all the time. It's never going to happen. It's about being reactive, trading what you see, and managing risk. So 599.7. 0.7. So yeah, look at that. Got out right there. And if we didn't cut that trade, we'd now be holding that thinking, oh, God, I knew I should have cut that trade. Like I say to you guys, it's not about being right or wrong. It's about, if you see a trade, you take it. And when you can see that it doesn't work out. So the reason for me managing here is this 5-minute wick right here. And this is why I say to you guys, you have to stay very neutral. If this 5 minute here, this middle one here, had closed bullish, I would have held this trade. But it didn't. And again, it doesn't matter if we're long or short. You have to see the markets for exactly what they are and exactly what's right in front of us. So what I was kind of seeing is you're holding this resistance here, you're wicking out previous highs, you're failing to close above. I have to be open to managing this trade. Regardless of if I want gold to go up, unfortunately, the markets don't care about what we want. All we can do is execute and manage. So I'll execute the trade when the 15's flipping bullish, but once you tag the highs and hold resistance, cut the trade. And if we hadn't cut this trade, we'd now be sitting in crazy drawdown and be like, why on earth did we not cut that trade? So I personally didn't see the shorts, which is fine. If you guys did see the shorts, that's amazing. Amazing. Yeah, you mean, yeah, it was a massive wick. Yeah, it was a massive wick. It didn't close bullish above resistance. Held resistance, push lower. A bullish closure would be a candle above. If this candle closed bullish above the support, then I'd take it, but it didn't. Wicked out the highs, held resistance. Wick lower. Perfect exit. Yeah, very quick exit there. Very quick exit. What was our trade? What was it minus? What, 15 ticks? Let's see, as NQ ended up being the play. Let me see here. No, not really. Look at this, NQ. Where are we? NQ kind of toying around as well. If you guys did take the longs off NQ off this level, yeah, as soon as you hit this resistance, you'd want to manage. The thought process for NQ, for the guys who asked, is I like price to come up and tag these Asia highs. Again though, gold, guys, the more gold sells off here, like I've said for the whole past hour, don't get glued to the shorts. If you get glued to shorts, you'll miss out on continuation plays later on. If you have a reason to scalp shorts, don't not scalp shorts because of me. I'm just saying personally, I'm not shorting gold at all-time highs. I'm letting gold pull back and then I'll get my continuation longs. Yeah, thought process for NQ is to see if we can come back up and tag these Asia highs. However, you don't really want to see this hourly close above. So you want to see if this hourly can wick back above and then continue driving. You also didn't tag previous hourly highs just yet. There is one level on the currency where price may come down to, which if you, like I say, if you do want to short, I'm personally going to follow my plan, but if you do want to short, yeah, the currency may squeeze a little bit lower, back down to the lows of Asia actually. Back down to the lows of Asia, around 526. There is a little bit of a double bottom there. It did get grabbed on the futures, but it actually, I've just seen it, didn't actually get grabbed on the currency. Again, that's why it's important to watch both. So there is a little bit of room for gold to potentially squeeze lower. You may drop down like 50 ticks. So if you do want that short, there's a little bit. Me personally, the reason I won't short gold is because, if we look at what gold's been doing here, look at what we're doing. Like, absolutely, we took some amazing buy positions last week. And especially all-time highs. If you short gold, and this hourly flips bullish and hits all-time highs, that is very likely going to be a tilt trigger. Because you're going to look back and go, why on earth was I trying to short gold at all-time highs? What makes the most logical sense? Continue buying gold once you pull back from all-time highs, or try and short all-time highs and try and call tops? Well, we all know the answer to that. Been caught too many times to try that against all-time highs. Yeah, literally, man, I know. Maybe some of you guys haven't traded gold at all-time highs before, but there was a time when we were trading all-time highs this year, back in, well, a few times, here in March and here in April as well. And the amount of continuation buy setups there were at these all-time highs, when you literally could have continued to make hundreds of ticks, was crazy. But people get so focused on these little pullbacks, thinking, now this is going to be the top, we're going to have a huge rollover. You pull back, you break high, and you continue squeezing. It did it so often. And so many people left so much money on the cards because they were too busy trying to catch the tops and trying to fuel their ego as opposed to trading what's right in front of them. here to not fuel our egos. We're here to do what works. Thoughts on ES though? Very similar to NQ. You know, you had this lovely rejection yesterday. You didn't quite grab these lows here on ES, but NQ did tag these lows. So you're trying to see if you can maybe buy a little bit of a pullback here. You know, back up into these Asia highs before, you know, do you tag these highs and have a rollover, or do you break these highs and continue breaking higher? Well, we don't really know. But what we can say with high confidence is there's probably a pretty high chance we're going to need to tag these highs regardless. So for an intraday trade, if we need to tag these highs regardless, then I'd be looking for longs up into these highs here. So for me, longs on ES, back up into even 64.50, looks like a very nice level. Big liquidity grab above 3,600. Nothing puts me off longs, to be honest, man. Nothing puts me off longs. Look at this. Nothing puts me off longs. We're huge. If we close bearish, I'll short tomorrow. I won't take a single sell position on gold today. I'll let the daily time frame show me we're finding resistance, and you know, if we get something like this, you know, then maybe I'll short. But nothing, yeah, nothing puts me off longs. Especially with the currency chart, there's, you know, you got about 4 hourly equal highs as well. If you look at gold on the currency chart, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 hourly equal highs that have all respected each other. So even if gold was going to have a rollover, let's say, you know, for whatever reason, this is the top. Not that I think it is, but let's say for whatever reason, I'll show you guys my currency chart. Let's, you know, hypothetically say this is the top on gold, and gold is coming down for a massive rollover, and we're going to, you know, have a huge retracement of yesterday's play. Even if that was going to be the case, and we were going to have a big sell-off, you know, do we just sell off from here? It's unlikely. Why would we not sell off from here? Because we haven't really grabbed any of these highs. So even if we were going to get a sell-off, I still believe gold would have a nice liquidity grab before they having that pullback. So that's why for intraday, even just longing up into this sort of, I guess you could kind of say, again, it's not the cleanest, but you could say sort of, you know, maybe head and shoulders kind of play. You would still say, okay, cool, you're probably going to come up and tag these highs first before then having that sell-off. Or, you know, you tag these highs and keep breaking higher. But I would say, in either scenario, kind of similar to NQ, there's a high chance you're probably going to come up and tag these 5 a.m. London highs here. Look at all this resistance, look at all this liquidity above here. So we may, then again, you know, looking at this chart, we may do something like this. And then, you know, we may do that. Possible. Again, so I want to stay very neutral and reactive. The markets don't care too much about what we think. All we can do is react to what we see. And for when we're here trading for an hour, we're basing our trades based off the previous, like, you know, 2-hour candle closes. So 7 a.m. close bullish and faked back above 3,600. Well, I want to buy at 8 a.m. If it doesn't work, cool. It's just a trade. Who cares? Yeah, same. Yeah, ES same as NQ. I like the longs. Aaron, how do you find a good TP? I kind of do top down. Find all the FVG towards my TP, whether it be long or short. Then the ones with the most set my TP there. It works well, but sometimes it hits wrong. Oh, journal as well. Let me get that journal as well for Jake. I don't really know how you trade, man, so it's kind of hard for me to say. I don't trade FVG. It's hard for me to say, but for me personally, my take profits are based off liquidity levels. That's where we're exiting our trades. For Jake, who asked about the journal, I've just posted it in the YouTube chat, which is just very basic. When you can just make a copy of it, you can delete all my stuff as well. Don't request access because you will change all of my stuff. Just go file, make a copy, and then you can delete all my stuff and do a new one. Silver looks shorty. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. We've got first 30-minute close of the London Open coming up here, guys. We're closing back bearish again. Let me just grab a drink, guys. 2 seconds. 1 minute. Let's see. Gold waking back up. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Do you use volume profile? I don't, man. I don't. It is something I would like to look at more. I do see people using it, but it's not something I personally use right now. See, currency on gold is still going to close bearish on the 30-minute. Currency, futures is closing bearish, but it's not really closing below the lows. So a little bit different here. Only a little bit. Not that different, you can't take trades, but currency and futures are a little bit different here, guys. To me, this futures looks like you want to rip higher. You just came down. You tagged the pre-London lows here at 7 AM. But then I look at the currency, and the currency kind of tells me you want to go higher. Sorry, lower. Let's see. Silver, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Silver. Yeah, look at that. So you didn't close back above. That is a terrible, terrible candle. What is that? Let's have a look at silver. Higher time frame. I mean, yeah, now look at this 4 hour. If this 4 hour starts to re-break its low, you might get a little bit of a pullback. The thing is with silver though, you know, it's still pretty bullish. So I wouldn't be shorting for a huge short trade. Kind of similar to gold. But yeah, if this flips bullish here, bearish, you may come for a little bit of a pullback. But again, the only thing with short and silver is just keep in the back of your mind, you know, we are still very bullish. Very, very bullish. Journals for swing trading views. Yes, I swing trade, man. Yep. Swing trade, day trade, and do stocks as well. Yeah, you can delete all my stuff up there. You can use the exact same journal for the day trading signs as well. But yeah, I do both. I don't just day trade. Day trade. Oh, look at this. Day trade, swing trade gold as well, and also swing trade stocks. I've had some very, very good swing trades on gold this year. Same as stocks. So the Google Doc, how often do you TP half? Depends on the markets, to be honest, man. Depends on how we're pushing. Not very often. I might close some partials. For the swing trades, I don't really like close half and then kind of hold runners. I'll more so close maybe 70% and hold runners when it comes up into my first areas of interest. I'm not really a huge fan of closing half anymore. I used to like closing half and then leaving some runners, but I was just leaving too much on the table. So now I prefer to, oh, look at this, gold trying to tease us back into longs here, guys. Remember, shorts are not of interest to me. You close back above, you got nice longs here. Yeah, now I prefer to close like, let's say, 70% and then hold some runners. Sometimes even holding a small runner on gold, like 30% or 20% of a position. When gold has the moves that it has been having, then runners can add up very, very, very fast. I also don't close full position on my swing trades. I never close trades full. And by never, I mean never. So we get back above here, guys. Remember, I still like the longs here. Like I said, I'm not shorting gold. I am looking to buy gold. But that 30-minute did just close bearish. If the 15 closes back above, I will give it another chance. But I want to see this 15 get back above. But look at this hourly. Remember, guys, this hourly can flip bullish at any point. You just came down, tagged lows. If this hourly flips below you may even consider it from there. Where's that hourly open? Look at this hourly. Looks like you had a pretty steep liquidity grab. So you came down, tapped into that previous hourly low, which was hit. And this is the current hourly open. So if we start to break back above this current hourly open, this candle's gone from being so bearish that all of a sudden we're waking it all the way back above and it might start even flipping bullish, which is kind of our original thought process here. So maybe even on a 5-minute close, I may give this another chance here. 40 seconds here. Is that same on the currency? Yep. Yeah, currency's looking good here as well now. Yeah, definitely, man. Yep, definitely. See, the thing is, I can imagine the 50 not giving us a chance and just ripping, because it's still got 10 minutes till it's going to close, which is still quite a while away. I wouldn't be too surprised to see that 50 not give us much of a chance. So potential bottom wick here on the next 5, and I might see if I can get this. I imagine we get a 15 fake out and just get a pretty decent drive. Remember, stops are going to need some breathing room, so. Yeah, nice. Yeah, the 15 close bullish. Yeah, absolutely. Those nice. Nice 3-bar reversal. Nice. Nice morning star play. Let's see. We got gold. 30 ticks into the highs. Thank you for the advice. When do you decide to close full? I often struggle to do partials, so I don't do it that often. It depends if you're day trading or swing trading, man. If you're day trading, I don't really hold partials. I only really hold partials for swing trading. Because for day trading, gold doesn't really trend that big that you're ever going to hold big runners in like a London into New York. I was considering this, guys. I was considering this. I'm not in this, but I was debating it. I don't know if that 15 will give you much of a chance. I mean, like I say, swing trading, I never close full. I always hold runners on gold. For day trading, I most of the time just close full, to be honest. Once it kind of hits my liquidity levels. It depends on how it breaks through them as well. If we break with big, like if I'm long right now and we break through this resistance with big volume, you know, I might hold them to my next resistance level. Yeah, 5 minutes there. Quick scalp there. Broke above, held it, squeezing. So if you were quick enough, a quick little 5-minute play was the one. You're trying to see if you can run this back in some highs. The reason I never close full on swing trading currency is because even if I just hold like 10% of a position and gold has a big run, that position to me is an anchor in the markets for me to take another trade without risking any new capital. So if I have a, you know, let's say a big swing on gold, and then I can see gold come up into a potential reversal level, and I've got some runners, but I'm trying to go short and my shorts don't work, well then I'll just close out some of my runner. And that little runner position usually equals to much more than a whole new brand new position. Up 12 ticks, yeah, nice man, nice. I think you're gonna get 50 close. Personally, I would hold. I'd be too scared by this 5-minute rejection. I think this 5-minute rejection is gonna bring in more sellers. But yeah, swing trading is different for me. Like I say, for day trading, I personally don't hold runners. I like to have my trade and have my exit. So gold, especially trading like Asia or London, gold's not going to have, you know, the start of a trending move. It's unlikely. It's probably going to create like one big range, so I prefer to lock it in. Ooh, I got a buy from the 5-minute morning star. I literally just saw that, man. You got the look from down here. That was yeah, look at that 5-minute morning star. That was beautiful, man. Yeah, from 96, yeah, beautiful looking, yeah, great trade, man. That was very, very nice. Not only was that a 5-minute morning star, it was a 5-minute morning star below previous hourly lows. Which was, what, here? So he took a 5-minute morning star below previous hourly lows. That was a lovely, lovely one, man. Beautiful one. Very, very nice trade. You probably, yeah, like I say, you're probably already in and out. How much is that? Yeah, it's already 60 ticks. That's huge. Huge. No. Morning star's just a rejection, grab blows, and the push. Closed at 40 ticks, half risk. Nice, nice, nice. 40 ticks at half risk is amazing, man. Absolutely amazing. Morning, yeah, morning star plays. I'm just looking at these two candles here. I'm not looking about what happened like back here. I'm just looking at these two. You reject, you look at lows. As soon as you see this kind of hold support, you're buying this one. Let me see, morning star day trading. Oh no. There we are. There we go. Let's see here, guys. Let's see. But no, the previous candles don't have to, like, doesn't matter how many candles close. Bearish, nah. There's like morning star. All you're looking at is that. So you're looking at that part. All I'm looking at is these two candles. You know, I don't care about these ones. All I'm looking at is these two. 1, 2, 3. It's a 3-bar reversal because it's the 1 candle, 2 candle, 3 candles. Like that. That's the morning star. Hit by the light. I know. That gets you awake. Nah. Yeah, I think it's probably looking into it too much. It's 3-bar reversal pattern. Yeah, same, yeah. That's the, again, beautiful one. Let's see, so 5 minute didn't really close back above, wick the highest held back below. So yeah, when I'm trading morning star plays, yeah, I'm not looking at, oh, this candle closed bullish, I'm not going to take that, I don't care about what happened up here. This is what's most important. Yeah. Entry criteria for a swing. I mean, technical plan, the exact same thing. All that changes is the time frame. And that's why, you know, whenever I'm breaking down the charts for you guys, I love to look at the 4-hour time frame. Because the 4-hour on gold can be really, really, really clean and easy to read. So for me, the direction is always based off the daily and 4-hourly time frame. Execution, sometimes done off the hourly, sometimes done off the 4-hourly. I'm not really too picky with my entries, to be honest. If I can see the 4 hours coming into a level, I'm not really, you know, trying to refine a perfect entry. Yeah, alerts coming, definitely. Alerts coming. But yeah, my direction for my swing trades is, yeah, based off my daily and 4-hourly time frame. Because if you look at gold on the daily and 4-hourly, that's why I say to you guys, you know, for me, I came from a swing trading background and then came to day trading, and I think it was probably the best way. Because I think a lot of people, you know, jump to day trading and jump straight to the 5 minute. But for trading gold, you know, if you can get good at reading the higher time frame, trading the lower time frame is going to make your life so much easier. So try and get good at reading the higher time frame, and then when you drop down to the lower time frame, you know what you're looking for. And if you do some, you know, this week, do some backtesting sessions of just backtesting the 4-hour time frame and see how you find it. I think you guys will be surprised. You can look back at the 4-hour time frame on gold and just realize how clean and simple it moves. Futures squeezing lower here. Currency is not really moving too much. I'm not too sure, Paul, to be honest, man. Not too sure. It is, yeah, it is. Very soon. Why was the liquidity level not marked at the bottom of the wick? This one here. The reason I didn't mark the liquidity level here, I mean, this is liquidity level here. This isn't a liquidity level, actually. That's my bad. This is just a previous hourly low. This is not a liquidity level. I mean, it is, but not like how we normally do. Same as this one here. It's not a liquidity level, it's just the hourly open. I'll get rid of the mixing confuser. Yeah, it's on the way. One is red and the other is green. Yeah, see, to me, the middle candle doesn't really matter too much about if it closes bullish or bearish. The most important part for them morning star plays is respecting this low here. That's the most important thing about a morning or evening star, is I don't want to see this candle here close below. Now, if this candle here closed a little bit bearish, but it didn't close below, I wouldn't really care too much. As long as it doesn't actually, close below this low, to me, that's your liquidity grab, and then you're trying to get your longs from here. Same here, this one closed bearish. Even if this one closed a little bit bullish, but it wicked out the highs, that's still, yeah, good enough, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one, yeah. So the most important thing between them two pictures and all of the morning star and evening star plays is the fact that the middle candle wicked the lows and held the support, or wicked the highs and held the resistance, because that's our liquidity grab here. See, you wick the highs, you hold the resistance, you push lower. You wick the highs, hold the resistance, push lower. Wick the lows, hold the support, push higher. So you can see, even there's a little range. Not that I would, not that I ever take 5-minute morning and evening stars, but you can see there's quite a few here. So this closing bullish or bearish doesn't really matter too much. It's just about if you actually hold the support or not. And, in confluence with my higher time frame bias. So 15-minute here on the futures. Big wick rejection. Currency chart, though, still kind of holding up. The currency chart. To me, the currency chart actually was quite a decent bullish closure. You closed back above. Not the most strongest candle, but you did close back above, whereas the futures are still kind of closed bearish. So I still like these longs here, guys. I'm not going to start buying just yet, but if you can start to close back above here intraday, I like these longs. I think, especially looking at this currency chart, I think a lot of people are getting trapped in short here. That's why I want to get long. Any advice on maximum trades to take per day to stop over trading? 1 to 2 trades a day max is all you need. Any more than that, you will be over trading. You can't. Again, though, depends on your style. You get some amazing scalpers who could probably do way more. For me personally, especially for trading gold, and especially if you're over trading and trying to get consistency down, the reason I say 1 to 2 is because you want to focus on quality, not quantity. And if you say to yourself, okay, cool, today I've only got 2 trades, it's going to make you more picky on the trades you take. Now, it's not to say you couldn't sit here and take 10 trades today and make money. But in terms of to get the consistency down, a 1 to 2 is more than enough. Some days, you might get 2 trades. Some days you might get 1. Some days you might get none. You don't, just because you have 1 to 2 trades today doesn't mean you also have to use them. You always want to take what the markets give you. But for me personally, 1 to 2 trades is more than enough. If you're trying to, let's say if you're trying to make like 2,000 to 3,000 here a month. 2,000 to 3,000 here a month, what's that? That's like what, 500 a week, 750 a week? People go, oh, I can easily make 750 a week. So yeah, you can, but then most people end up giving it back because they overtrade. So like if it's your goal to, let's say, make 500 a week, $500 a week, you can do that in 1 to 2 trades the whole entire week. So more trades doesn't equal more money. So if you're trying to get consistent, you're trying to get consistent payouts, yeah, that's more than enough. More than enough. 5-minute breakout here, guys. I might get long here again. Give it one more chance. I still like the longs. We're just a little bit choppy here today. Are all 4 of them on the 5-minute time frame, morning, evening stars? So here's a morning star, evening star, evening star, evening star. So yes. But like I say, you don't just want to be trying to take every single morning and evening star. You want to be taking morning star below liquidity levels, or evening stars above some liquidity highs if you're trying to go short. So I wouldn't actually short this 5-minute morning star. Why would I not short this 5-minute morning star? Because it didn't really grab anything. Let's say if this 5-minute morning star here happened more like this, and this candle wicked out these highs like this, then absolutely, I'd short from here, because you got your nice evening star around the liquidity level. So like I say, you don't just want to be, don't just try and take every single morning evening star or every single fake out play. You want to be doing them at key levels following your high time frame bias. Yeah, it's crazy, yeah. Could we have a look at crude? Yeah, absolutely, man. We've got time here. We've got time. I'm just waiting for this 5 minutes close here on gold, see if we can get long. Let's have a look at crude. What have we been up to, crude? What have we been up to? Let's see. So, this is these levels that we spoke about last week. It only really took until this week till you finally hit it. But it's kind of what we were saying last week. You know, you sort of had this sort of inverse kind of head and shoulders play. You're trying to see if you can get long. I do still like the longs here. You know, it's already had a pretty decent push up. You have tagged the initial highs that we spoke about, which is good. Look at this. So we hit our first liquidity level, which is nice. Gold. I might get long here in a second. I still like the longs here though. You know, you close back above 65. Let me put my screen back. You close back above 65. I think the next level of interest would be around 67. This was that we spoke about these highs back last week. Why was I watching these highs here? Well, we mentioned if anyone's selling here, where are they shorting and putting their stops? Probably just above these highs. So if people are trying to short here, sitting their stops above. What's the likelihood? What's the likely thing that oil loves to do? Same as gold, loves to come up and tag these highs. Well, that's exactly what we did. So now that we have grabbed that liquidity and we're having a little bit of a pullback, I do still like the longs. Do I like longs from here? Not really. I would probably say if you do want to get long on crude, you know, you may come back down to 65 first before then, you know, pulling back higher. So potential intraday shorts. Remember, daily is bullish though, so it's a little bit tough. Let me just see gold here. Yeah, maybe potential gold longs into this hourly close here, guys. Look at this hourly. You just wicked out the lows, you're starting to wick back above. Like I say, if this flips bullish, it's going to look like a really obvious trade. Wait, see, I might take a... To me, if this flips bullish, you could have a quick drive here. I believe a lot of people will be trapped in these shorts. A lot of people will be stuck in these shorts, if not shorting more right now. Probably sitting some stops, maybe back above this 65, 36.05. So if we can long up into that area, it's about 50 tick range. 40, 50 tick range is pretty nice. Intraday though, you can see it's not the cleanest. It's not the cleanest. But yeah, or you may get some pullbacks right off our liquidity highs here. See what did NQ do here. Watch Goldie have the move when it's time for us to wrap up. Oh, there you go. NQ ended up having the move. Yeah, it's actually very nice buys at 8:30, which is kind of the time frame where I said it would come. We said halfway through the hourly. That's a pretty decent play. Much nicer play than gold there. NQ with the play here this morning. I don't know if anyone did take that NQ trade, but NQ was the play. Alright, so people trying to short here, stops above. So once you tag the lows and close bullish here at 8 AM, buying NQ here at 8:30 was a very nice play. If any of you guys did take them NQ longs, nice trade. Really, really nice trade. Let's see if gold's going to give us some. See if gold's going to give us some plays here. We got about 7 minutes left here, guys. I want to see if we can get these trades. Coming up to 10 AM my time, 9 AM London time. Remember, guys, you do have news today as well at 3 PM London time. You guys who are sticking around, remember you guys have D on right after me as well. Nice, Alad. Good man. Good man. Good man. Yeah, it is on. Yeah, it is, Paul. It is, man. It is. Very soon, actually. Come on, Goldie. Give us that closure above. I really like these. I like these longs here on gold. I really like this liquidity level, but I just don't really like this intraday range. You know, we're kind of wicking highs, we're wicking lows. Like, we haven't really. We're pretty much in the same place where we started the stream, unfortunately. But for you guys who are going to be trading for the rest of the day, the intraday highs that we are looking here on gold is around here. I personally believe a lot of people will be trapped in shorts here. So if you can pull back a little bit, these highs look very good. This is what I'm kind of imagining most people are probably doing right now. I imagine most people trying to short here, trying to look for this big play down. Now you may get a little bit of a pullback, but be watching these highs. Personally, like I've said all stream, I won't be shorting gold today. Let's say if today, you know, tags at all-time highs and closes bearish, fine. You know, tomorrow I'll come onto the charts and go, okay, cool. The daily time frame has showed me we're finding some sort of resistance. The sellers are stepping over, the buyers are probably taking profit. Now maybe I'll look to short tomorrow. But coming into the charts today, when I see this closing as bullish as it did yesterday, it's not my job to try and fight this. Like I've kind of said all of last week, and that's why we had so many continuation trades last week. Well, that exact same thesis helped us not only stay out of a lot of poor trades last week, but also make some great trades. Hi Aaron, I can't figure out how to quick switch between charts and TopstepX. Can you show me? Well, I have mine set like this dual one, and I have turned off the link here. So you can see this link's turned off. This link's white. If these links were the same, these would be the same charts. So what you could do is you could have, you know, gold here. Then you might have like NQ here, for example. And then if you have them full, if you just click tab, then you can switch between the two that you have open. See? I like to have GC there and MGC there. But if you're on this chart and you want to go onto a different instrument, you can just type it on the keyboard. You don't have to like go up here and go type it in. You can just, you know, NQ. Click it. But you know, you might even have it like into 3 if you really want to. And as long as they're not all linked together, like you turn the links off here. See, these two are on, so these are going to be the same charts. If I turn this one off, for example, then I could maybe have GC here, NQ here, and, you know, ES here, for example. And if I have them all open like this, and if I click tab, it will switch between the 3. NQ was, it looks like NQ was a bit the play this morning here, guys. NQ was the beautiful play. If you guys did take that NQ trade, well done. Like I said to you guys, I don't want to start trading NQ just because gold's not giving anything. But that was a lovely, lovely, lovely trade. If that was gold, we'd be absolutely in this right now. Came down for a huge grab the lows, held this support. The reason for NQ longs is, like I said earlier, I believe a lot of people will be shorting NQ, sitting their stops right above. So you're looking to buy up into where most people are trying to sell. Same thing as the S&P. So if you guys did take it, well done. Good job, good job. Oh, you can, yep. You could have your, you could have it on the side here. Then as long as you know it's all linked together here, as long as you have the same color link to whatever you have here, it will be the same. I don't start messing around on the screen, but here. See how this doesn't have a link here? See, it's like this. If I change this to white, it's going to make this time and sale the exact same thing here. See? NQ. So now if I go on this chart and I change this to gold, it's also going to change here. Or if I do it here instead. Come on here and I go Canadian dollar. This chart's going to change to Canadian dollar because they're linked the same. So you can have a play around with it. Just make sure you're on the right link. Yeah, hourly highs are stacking up, man. I know. I like these hourly highs on gold. I just don't like this intraday volume. If gold could wake up like NQ, that would be fantastic. Look at this NQ trade. Absolutely beautiful. Came down, tagged lows, broke out, tagged lows again, breaking higher. Anyone who's short at NQ getting pretty scared out of that position there. Zoom guys, give me 2 seconds. YouTube guys, we've been on for about an hour and a half, so I will wrap up there, guys. Remember, I do still like these longs on gold. I like longs on the currency chart back up into that 39 level. If not back up into 540. Like I say, I personally, again, just me personally, I will not short gold today. I'm not looking to fight the markets. I'm looking to follow them and be in flow with the markets. Remember, guys, you've got D coming on right after me as well. And I'll be back here again, same time tomorrow and same time all of next week as well. So trade safe, guys. Follow the plan. Don't overtrade. Tomorrow is an absolutely brand new day. I'm going to take the $76 loss here, which is very good risk management. See you guys same time again tomorrow. Trade safe, guys. I'll talk to you all soon. Peace.